Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for anything. I'm much too, weak.
And you're pretty. You are listening to the Stand Up Dads podcast.
This is hecka boring.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try again. I had to go in today and give blood at my doctor's, right? And they told me, first they told me.
Were you donating blood? Or?
No, it's for lab work because I've been ignoring the fact that I have super
AIDS
high.
test?
No. Blood work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always get tested for that stuff anyway, all that. But this one is for...
ladies. This
What
is
is
Rob
it?
and Mike listening to Stand Up Dads. I want to hear
You
this
should
story.
always get tested.
I've been married for 10 years.
Well, you're married. You don't have to, except for the stuff you do with that squirrel.
Yeah,
That's going to make it, if you
Anyway.
see his posts up on Facebook.
Yes, I've been feeding a family of squirrels.
Yes, for
What?
his own nefarious purposes.
Stop it. One
He's
day
been
they'll
giving
trust
them
me.
a trail of nuts
Okay.
that lead into his secret lair.
You're a sick bastard. So you're at the doctor getting your blood drawn.
Yeah. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted. No, so first the doctor said that, the lab, so, it's easy and it's empty on Monday mornings. No, that was crazy.
Dude, that's the worst day.
Worst time. So then I'm sitting there, it's already 30 minutes. So I go and ask them, hey, how long is it going to be? They're like, about 20 more minutes. I'm like, okay. And I sit back down, but then they go, oh, Mike. So I go, okay, cool. I go all the way back there. They're like, okay, sit down. And then they're like, what's your birthday? And I tell them, and they're like, wait, you're the wrong Mike. Oh, okay, no worries. I think,
Common
there's
name.
lots of Mikes. I go sit down. They go, Mike Gray. And I go, God damn it. I get up. I go, I'm Mike Gray. But then out of nowhere, another guy goes, I'm Mike Gray. And he walks in. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was so mad. And he was older, so I couldn't get mad you stole my name. I'm like, there's another one. And then I had to sit back down. Everyone's looking at me all me.
I'm Mike Gray. I'm Mike Gray. I'm
Yeah.
Mike Gray. Wasn't there a commercial like that?
I don't know.
don't
But
know.
then they came out a little later, and they're like, Mike. And I was like, what's the last name?
What's
Is
his
it-
birthday?
Yeah, and it wasn't me again, so I just went
No.
back to... It wasn't. That one was just another Mike.
Yeah.
And then the next one was, they were like...
So the moral of the story is schedule a fucking appointment.
But what are the odds that there's going to
I'm
be
Mike
another
Gray.
Mike
For
Gray?
you, pretty good.
And it was a karma thing because I went and complained,
Yeah.
and then I was all excited, happy, I got in, yay! And then,
Happy holidays. So anyway, today we are not talking about Mike anymore. I mean, his blood work anymore. We're going to talk about babysitting and all that crap that goes along with it.
babysitting.
But it's the holiday season. We're all buying shit online.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this story about a mom who gave her 2-year-old a phone to play with. And a couple days later, it was in the UK, a sofa worth 350 pounds. It's about, 450, 500 bucks. Shows up from Amazon.
That's hilarious.
So the daughter accidentally ordered that.
I totally believe it too because they just memorize what we're doing. So
Yeah.
she probably just went in and went doot doot in the cart,
Yeah.
buy it.
It's like, what? Whatever. But yeah, so a few days later, she got a notification saying, your sofa's on its way. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So apparently the kid hit the one-click buy,
Yeah,
and I hate that because it makes it way too easy to
the
do,
one
which is why they
buy
do it.
sucks. Yeah.
She tried to cancel the order, but it was too late.
Wow.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna believe that my toddler did it, even
Yeah.
if they have kids. They're like, no.
So, yeah, and then she tried to return it, but it would cost her 150 pounds. So
Wow.
she just figured, screw it, I'm just going to try and sell it online.
Yeah.
So anyway, for those of you with little kids and you want to give them their phone,
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Because
Yeah.
Oli, I told you that before. When she was 4, I
Yeah.
didn't know where the flashlight was on the iPhone. I forget, and she grabbed my phone and she turned it on and handed it to me, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then,
are you going to tell them how I showed you how to
Yeah,
use your
and then right
flashlight
now
on
it's
your
like-
phone today?
then I was like, on my Samsung, I got to use an app, and then you went,
No.
"Give me your phone," and showed me it, and I'm like, "God damn it!"
So yeah, actually, I take it back. It was not in the UK. Apparently, the article's from the UK. It was done in San Diego. So
Then why was it 350 pounds? They bought it
because that's the
They-
way they would put it in the UK.
Oh.
Because they have an ad. I'll post a link to it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
she has the ad where she's trying to sell it. Brand new tufted gray couch. Need gone today for sale in San Diego. I paid $431 with tax.
Wow.
Willing to take a loss. Anyway, Amazon actually saw this and offered her a full refund.
Nice.
And even said you can keep the sofa or donate it.
Ah.
So cool. Amazon being a good guy for a change.
For a change.
So,
She should keep it. Now it's a good talking piece,
Yeah.
My daughter ordered this.
Yeah, but the mom was joking about her kid's taste in furnishings. Said she has an eye for design, but needs to work on her bargaining skills. She's like, it cost way more than I'd ever pay for a couch. And $400 isn't that much for a couch.
That is not when you consider freaking IKEA is like $500.
Yeah.
When you go to Costco, then you're paying $1,000 for.
Yeah, but it's usually nice.
Yeah.
I guess you can set it so you always have a password on Amazon.
Yes.
So do that, especially if you have little kids.
That's pretty little to give them your phone, too.
She had 2 kids, so
Yeah.
I could see why that happens. But that's another episode.
Just lock one in a room so you can pay attention to the other one, then lock the other one in.
Yeah.
That's the old babysitting before the new babysitting.
Yeah, so we are talking about babysitting. And I found...
when we were kids, babysitting was just go outside and come back.
Yeah.
I'll yell at you when you can come back. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was during the day, though. Like, did your mom ever go out when you were little?
I'm trying to think, but I had
had
Doug
older brothers,
around.
that's right.
Yeah, my older brother, so that was easier for her to do.
Sucked for him. Good for you.
Yeah.
Of course, he tortured the shit out of you, so...
Out of love.
Yes, sure. It wasn't back then. Found a clip from Nikki Glazer talking about babysitting, and this is a babysitter you don't want.
I'm not a woman yet. I'm 30, but I don't feel like a woman. I see girls my age with babies, and I'm not even like, oh my God, a new mom. I'm like, oh my God, this bitch is still babysitting. Wow, this economy. Everyone's going back to basics, I guess. Because I babysat for years, because this family just didn't come home one time, and it was rough. I hated babysitting. It's so hard because it's like you're a mother, but you don't love them. So it's hard to do the right thing, right? I would just let them watch TV all day in the basement or wherever I kept them. And then who cares? I don't see the harm in letting your kids watch TV all day. I grew up watching TV and I turned out perfect.
So, if you know a Nikki Glazer, she did not turn out perfect. She is pretty funny, though. But, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you're a mom, but you don't love the kids. So it makes it tough to trust somebody.
It makes it so hard to pick. I've only left Oli like a couple times when it wasn't like with family. Like if it's not my mom or her aunt watching her. The one girl that we had that was her babysitter, it was like we vetted her because she was my friend's family's babysitter first.
Yeah.
And she was like super responsible.
Yeah.
She was like 16 or 17, had already tested out of high school and was going to college with, and her mom was going with her. Like they were taking classes together. So
she was
but
probably
even
more
then-
responsible than her mom.
yeah, just super responsible. Yeah. But even then, I wouldn't take advantage of it because I'd always feel bad too.
Why?
I don't know. I always felt like like taking the time to go do something on my own was taking away from time that I should just be spending with Olivia.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, it's nice and noble and all that, but
I'm not doing it, or I wasn't doing it like, oh, I'm being noble. I would feel like I need to use all the time I have with her because I don't have her all the time.
yeah,
Because I'm sharing time with her. But then the time I'd have on my own, it's that doesn't always give you all the time. You got to get stuff done, that they don't want to do.
Where you just need to have some time.
Yeah.
Or, shoot, especially like with doing comedy and stuff. If you want to get up on stage, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've used my kid as an excuse not to go up on stage. I know you have.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not good.
And I forget sometimes. Like, I'll forget that's an option. Like, sometimes you'll bring it up and you'll be like, well, why don't you take them to Kids Park or something? Or why don't you use a babysitter? And I'll be like, oh, yeah.
After
I had one of those once. Like, like I used to have one. Where did I put that?
Well, that's the thing is if you don't use them, they go away. which that's not good. I don't know. We lucked out when we moved up here because we never had a sitter when we were in the Bay Area, but he was still like 1.5.
Yeah.
And then we came up here, and then we went to the art and music place where you're teaching.
Oh.
There was a girl there named Lauren who ran the art stuff for the kids, and she was just really cool. And she was young. She was married.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, I'll babysit.
Oh, that's
because he
cool.
loved her, and she came by with like projects to work on.
Oh my God.
And it was like,
That's
fuck, this
awesome.
is great.
Yeah.
And she had her shit together.
Wow.
But then she got a job as a full-time nanny.
Wow.
And we lost her, and I was so sad.
That sucks.
But then we found...
The rich.
Yeah, no shit. No, but we were happy for her because but then she stopped working at art and music, and then we were sad because the people that came after weren't the greatest. They're good now. And then speaking, let's see, possibly found the worst person you could have watch your kid. Here's a clip by Anthony Jeselnik.
My biggest pet peeve in America today are people who see all this horrible stuff going on, and yet they still overreact to shit that just does not matter. For example, have you ever dropped a baby? Holy shit, do people overreact. You drop a baby in America today, I swear, people hit the roof before the baby even touches the floor. And it's not a big deal. How do I know? Because I do it all the time. In fact, I don't think I've ever held a baby to completion.
He's such a good asshole.
I like how he says baby.
And you might be thinking, Anthony, how could you drop a baby? You ever held a baby? How could you not?
You're like baby.
It's so easy. It's a 2-step process. Maybe less. Should you ask Anthony, why would anyone ever let you hold their baby? The answer is simple. Negligence.
Thank you, Anthony Jeselnik, on how not to have a kid or watch a kid.
Yes.
So anyway, we got the whole, I'll post links and video clips as well on there, on the show notes. But I did find an article, it was in the New York Times. Their big advice was call references. And even if you have plenty of family nearby, you still want to have a deep bench of sitters to call from. Because, people aren't available.
Yeah.
Like I can't, my grandparents, my in-laws, his grandparents.
Yeah.
They'll step in once in a while, but it's not, I don't expect that. So, so their big thing is talk to other parents like you did.
Yeah.
Tap into parents that you know and who they use and how comfortable they are with them. And sometimes with other parents, you can also do something where you do like a trade. I'll watch your kid, you watch my kid.
Oh, yeah.
That one we have not done.
Yeah.
Because it feels like an imposition and we're not that tight with any other parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Although I think, we've picked up Oli for you, and I think you've watched one for me.
Yeah.
A couple.
Yeah, Owen got to hang out, and they love that.
Yeah.
They do love to play.
But if you do that, you don't have the childcare costs. Because every time I go to, like Kim and I go out, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be this much for the theater, this much for dinner, and this much for the sitter.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's just extra money.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't want to be taking advantage of it too much.
Yeah.
But some parents have babysitting co-ops where they actually have a group. But that's rough.
Yeah, because there's always the one that doesn't tip at the restaurant that's not going to hold up their end in that co-op.
No, it's just
I'm sorry, I'm busy. But they're like, oh, that one again.
Or the one that has the pot smoking uncle that hangs out at the basement of that house. It's like, I don't know if I really want that.
Yeah. Or their kid's the one that is crazy or something and not.
Well, yeah, you decide that beforehand.
Yeah, you can't join the co-op.
Or you have one family that's like, oh, these guys are great. It's like, It's like, I know they're swingers or some gross thing like that.
Swingers.
Fucking A. But as far as like looking, you can post at local college job boards, like a junior college would be great. Nursing school is a good one because they're,
Really?
well, if you think about it, they're learning how to take care of people. So they probably know CPR. If something bad happens, they know, hopefully they have their shit together enough. If something bad happens, they know how to handle that.
They'll probably medicate your kid while you're gone.
Hopefully not. There's apps and websites like care.com, Urban Sitter, stuff like that. We have looked at it. And actually, I was looking at care.com for my mom when she was around. But never ended up using it.
And
But,
they're just like vetted or something on there? How
yeah.
does it work?
And like the website vets them. And I don't know how much I trust it, but it's still there. And, you know, and you can reject people too. So it's not like you're obligated. You know, and they're saying to look at experience, like, you know, have they done this before? See if they know basic first aid and CPR. Red Cross does it. You know, we were talking to Cindy a couple weeks ago about chores.
Yeah.
Her 15-year-old got certified at some hospital to
Which
be
is
a
pretty
babysitter.
cool, yeah.
So if you can find something like that, that's fucking great. If you have
Yeah.
a kid that's a teenager, get them to do that. It'll make them
Certified.
stand out.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never heard of a certification
I hadn't
like that.
either.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. And then, you know, when you do get them, you know, ask the candidates for at least 2 references so you can call other parents and say, hey, how did it go with this guy, you know, this person?
I'm paranoid. I don't know if I would go with someone unless it was already like a word of mouth, like someone had used first. I don't know.
Well, I remember the first time we went with our sitter, we just went out for lunch for like an hour
Yeah.
just to make sure, because
Yeah. You don't
obviously
know.
horrible things can happen in an hour, but just to see how it went. And then Kim was calling her like or texting her like every 10 minutes. Everything okay? Everything okay? Everything okay? I mean, he was, you know, 2 or 3 at the time, and they get along great. And he does shit for her that he won't do for us. You know, just like, did you get him to eat? And, yeah, he ate great. It's like, fuck. You know, she'd get him to actually try grilled cheese, which I cannot.
Wow.
I could put a gun to his head. He's not going to take a bite.
Oh my God! But he'll for her.
For her, he loves her.
Oh my God.
But yeah, get the references, talk to them. You know, make sure they're actually references, not their friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they're saying ask potential ones these questions. Yeah, just run through scenarios. It's kind of like a job interview because it really is. It's kind of probably one of the most important jobs you could, you know, hire someone for.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do if the baby won't stop crying? What do you do if they refuse food? What if they refuse to go to sleep? What do you do in an emergency? You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with family and friends, you should be asking them that.
Yeah.
Which is awkward because, you know.
Yeah.
Makes me think twice about leaving my kid with you. What would you do in an emergency, Mike? I'm kidding.
Panic.
Okay. Sold.
Scream. Run. Cry.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another important question.
What?
Are you vaccinated?
Oh my God, yeah.
Especially if you got little ones.
Because you got so many people too that are like, no.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not going to make me.
all caregivers should get an annual flu shot and be up to date on their vaccines.
Wow,
So,
yeah.
there's a bunch. I'll post a link. You can do that. Find a more detailed list on here.
Yeah.
And then figure out an hourly rate. And I was looking online about where that is.
Yeah.
Regionally, it's different, you know,
Yeah.
state to state, which makes sense. But like San Francisco is like the highest at like $20 an hour. So whatever they'll agree to.
Yeah.
And I always try to make a point of putting a little extra on because
You want to keep them, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's like tipping your barber. Or,
Yeah.
you know, someone that takes care of something that's important to you.
How long do you think people are going to keep going with the anti-vaccine thing until something comes through and wipes out a bunch of them?
No, they're getting hurt in Samoa right now. There was like 5,000 cases of measles.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking is at some point it's going to be like, you can't make us. Oh my God, we're all dying.
Why didn't you do something? What do you mean, why didn't we do
dying,
something?
yeah.
Just
Like,
here, go
yeah.
get a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're there, make sure you give expectations before you leave. You know, we have a thing on the fridge with all our phone numbers. And, you know, if we can't get us, here's the brother-in-law, here's the mother-in-law, you know, just keep going through. We leave her the MyFold car seat. Actually, we leave her the key.
God, that thing looks painful, and Olivia had told me when she used it, it's super painful.
I know.
I mean, it's cool because it's good emergency thing, but wow, like that thing needs a MyFold cushion on
Yeah,
it.
it does. But we're lucky enough to have two vehicles, so we'll also leave her the car to the key to the other car,
Yeah.
so that if she needs to go somewhere, stuff happens.
That's nice.
She can start, put him in a car seat that he's familiar with, and she can go. I mean, she doesn't a whole lot, but she has, and it's good. Look out for red flags. Make sure they follow instructions. Like if you tell them no TV for the kid, and you get there, and the kid's watching shows on her phone. It's like, we don't want screen time, damn it.
Yeah.
And then they have a thing about shaken baby syndrome and all that, and hopefully that doesn't happen.
The more you're talking about, the more I realize how little I've ever left Oli other than, with family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really those times when I did use that babysitter, they just had the phone numbers just, given on their phone or something. But yeah, I guess if I start to do that more, now that she's older too, it's probably, I won't worry as much.
I mean, Kim's weird about, I don't want a guy babysitter. And I
could see that.
I can see it too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
fucked
would see
because
that.
I'm all for equality, and so is she.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want a boy babysitter. I'm like, I get
Well,
it.
a boy for a boy isn't as, that
Dude.
might not be as.
Catholic Church, what? Anyway, so yeah, that stuff, I get it, but at the same time, it kind of bugs me. I'm like, if there's someone, like Cindy's kid, he's a boy, he's 15.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
he seems like a very responsible guy.
Yeah.
So
This is true.
I don't know, because actually I brought that up to her. She's like, I don't want a boy watching Owen.
Oh, yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to meet the kid first and all that.
Yeah.
But he'd probably be better with him than I am.
I know. Yeah, he'd be able to take him on they'll work on the horses and
Yeah. And then, the whole thing about age, because when we were kids, you heard about sitters being, like Kim was babysitting kids when she was like 12.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
like, would you let a 12-year-old watch Owen? She says, no.
Absolutely not.
And I have a niece that's 13, and she's showing that she's got her shit together.
Yeah.
Like, we should have her watch him once in a while. And she won't say yes or no, but she just kind of waffles a lot.
What's funny about it is it's like that's the ages that will do it. Because when you're like, yes, now they're better. They're like 15, 16. They're like, screw you. I'm getting a job.
Yeah. Yeah, when they're 13, they'll do it for $5 an hour.
I've got a job. Yeah, like I have
great.
a paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm not watching your kid for you. And you're like, dang it.
I know. I found this funny John Mulaney clip. Here it is.
I had this babysitter named Veronica when we were kids, and I was in love with her. I was in love with Veronica. She would babysit us on Saturday nights. And in my head, when I was a little kid, I thought that Veronica was like 25, 30 years old. I was just talking to my mom the other week. I found out that when I was 10, Veronica was 13. So why was she in charge? All she could do was dial the telephone a little better than I could. 13 when I'm 10, that's just like hiring a slightly bigger child. That would be like if you're going out of town for the week and you paid a horse to watch your dog. Like, all right, here is the number where we'll be, and here's where we keep the dog food, and you're a horse.
I like that.
So, yeah.
A slightly bigger child.
Slightly bigger child. I would prefer someone that could drive. But
Yeah.
because just in case you do need to, Mercy Hospital's like 3 blocks away from my place, so
Yeah.
hopefully it never gets to that point. But,
Yeah.
but at the same time, as long as they can make a call, an ambulance or fire department will be there before you even get close to there.
Yeah.
God, no, I'm freaking myself out about
Yeah.
it. You ever seen Greg Fitzsimmons?
No.
Dude is hilarious. He has a thing about babysitting, and here we go. And it might take a second. Of course.
I wish my cat could watch Olivia.
That would
I wish
be
I could train her to watch her.
Yeah, great. Yeah, your cat would you'd come home, your cat's licking her butt while your house is on fire.
Kiki! Bad Kiki!
What?
You were supposed to watch Olivia. Kiki, you let her get on TV.
Yeah.
Bad Kiki. I left you in charge.
Okay, here's Greg.
So it's tough for me to leave my kids. I care so much about them, but there's times me and my wife, and we found a babysitter that we really trusted, girl in our neighborhood named Michelle, and 19-year-old. Then I found out whenever we go out, her boyfriend would sneak over our house while we're not there. I don't know this guy, and I freak out, and it sounds kind of creepy, but I put one of those nanny cams in. Sure enough, I check it the next day. Guy shows up. They're drinking beer. They're fooling around on the couch. Like the couch my kids play on. They're having sex. Well, whatever. I can't see if they're definitely having sex. It's kind of dark and grainy. So I put a couple of those nighttime infrared cameras in, and they're definitely having sex. And that's disturbing. I mean, my kids are in the next room. I don't know what kind of nasty stuff she's screaming out. So I put a couple of those digital audio taping devices in, and what a mouth on this little whore. Unbelievable. But she's 19. What am I going to do? I don't want to fire her. This is a traumatic thing to happen at that vulnerable age. So, I'm just logging the tapes, keeping an eye on things. And you can check it out on my website. My Babysitter's Gotta Have It. It's like $50 a month, but really, I'm speechless.
So yeah, I love that. Fucking gross, but
I like that. Putting cameras.
well, I mean, because there are the nanny cams for a reason, and I always see these horrible things of nanny cam shakes baby, or
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think it's if you feel like you need to. I mean, because now we're like in a world with Ring and Nest and all that shit where there's cameras everywhere. You don't.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead. But I don't know. I think state to state, you might have laws about that. So
I bet in California you probably can't. But
yeah.
But still, like those ones where they catch people doing shit. That's why you gotta feel pretty good when you vetted them.
Yeah.
I guess
And you also have to trust your kid to tell you what's going on. Which my kid, God, he'd be a horrible witness.
He's one because all boys are like that though.
Yeah.
Like, what happened today? I don't know.
Well, it was.
What do you learn today? Nothing.
Nothing. Well, because when he was like 3, maybe I don't even think it was 4 yet. He was like, "Yeah, there was a guy that came over," and I'm like, "What?" Because Kim and I were both, our heads just snapped. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, and then we watched TV and we did this and we did that, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like her because she really has her shit together.
Yeah.
So we asked her about it. She was like, "Really?" Like, I would never do that to you guys. I'm like, I know, but just
Yeah.
and I felt bad, but I was like, no, that's not.
Yeah.
You got to trust your kid too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, recently she watched him and she was like, "Look, I agreed to do this, and I'm doing it." But I guess she had a nephew that was having a flag football thing, and she promised that she would go. She was like, "Do you mind if I take him?"
Oh, how fun!
And I was like, "Fucking yeah,
You must
sure."
have loved it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so she took him, and I was like, "Are you okay with taking him?" Because I'm looking at it like this is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And again, I forget that he behaves with her. So he had a blast, and like whenever, because her nephews were playing at different times, they're on different teams. So when one was playing, the other one was actually playing with Owen, taught him how to throw a football, and
Fun.
So he had a blast. He talked about it for like a week, and it was cool. I mean, we trust her; she's cool with us. So I feel lucky to have her, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to keep her going because she got a real job now. And when you can't find a sitter, there is the alternative of drop-in care. These are like
is that
daycares
the
where you
place
just
that
drop
you
off.
Go to?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
When we first moved up here, there was this place called Kids Camp.
Okay, that's
And-
that one that used to be down by the barbecue or whatever. The one with.
Well, there's one over here, but there's one in Folsom too.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like a big daycare, but it's hourly. So you just drop them off. They're all certified and all that. And they have toys and, a little outside area where they can play around.
I dropped Oli there once with a couple of friends, kids, and that particular one I didn't like. Yeah, when she came out of it, she hated it.
Yeah. Well, you could also tell like based on who's working.
Oh, okay.
So he liked some, he didn't like others. Like there would be times where we'd get there and he'd see the person checking us in. He's like all smiles and can't wait to get in. And then there were times where he would just like hide behind my leg. It's like, oh, he doesn't like this person. Then there was another place that opened up called Kids Park, and he loves that fucking place. Like, and the thing is, it's great. It was like $8 an hour.
Wow.
And if you have 2 kids, it's not double. It's like a little bit more. I think it's like $12 an hour or something like that.
Ah.
And it goes up with each kid.
Yeah.
And he has a blast. Like he'll even ask out of the blue, "When can I go back to Kids Park?"
Wow.
So he's having a blast. They do a good job. It's clean. They have all these toys that he doesn't have access to at home.
That's cool.
He just has a blast. I don't know, something about having a business behind it. You hope that they're not running like a little kid fight club or anything like that. Because, like the one
we just took pictures.
Yeah. But like,
Kids
the
parks.
Yeah. No, the Kids Park is run by like a family.
That's cool.
So, and their ass is on the line. So yeah,
maybe
they're going
I'll
to do a
try it.
good job. Yeah.
We'll see how Oli will be like, "Why you're dropping me where?"
And they go up to age 12, and hopefully you don't need a sitter after 12.
Wow, all the way up to 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. When I was 13 and left at home alone, you just pretty much fuck the whole house when you're left alone. But
Yeah.
these are, it's just like a traditional daycare. They stay open on weekdays till like 10, and weekends, some of them like 11 or midnight even.
I've seen there's one at the mall that seems interesting, that it's like a painting one.
Okay.
And you leave them there and they do a project.
Sure.
The thing is, I just don't go to the mall. So
Yeah.
that when I see it, I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea.
I think that's
but
made more for if you want to shop without.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
someone's going to shop.
I want this.
You want to get something and you don't want them to see it.
Sure.
But I think that one's a pretty good idea, because
Totally.
then it's like not just them sitting and playing.
Yeah.
They're getting to like do something. You're going to sit and do this art project.
And they will feed your kid. You pay a little extra for that, but it's not much. But it's also shit food. It's like pizza or something like that. But we give them a lunch, and they're like, cool. And they'll give them a snack. They don't charge for that. Yeah, and they have, they'll have structured activities. Sometimes they'll work on stuff. Sometimes it's just coloring. Sometimes they actually put, like, had them do some, like, make a snowman out of a white foam cup with, gluing on a carrot nose. It's all construction paper. Just shit. It'll keep them busy, and they actually learn something.
That's cool.
I mean, and they get to play with other kids. And this place, it's a pretty good sized place. And I don't know how many times I've caught up. I went there to pick him up, and he was running around, and
Wow.
they're playing tag or whatever. He's just having a blast, and he'll cry that he doesn't want to go home.
Wow.
So it's good. The only bad thing is you actually got to take them there to drop them off. So, whereas with a babysitter, I hate to say it, but we got to clean up before the babysitter comes over.
Yeah.
So
That's true, yeah.
So they don't call CPS. Yeah, but it is easier with a sitter because, you don't have to, you could be running late and just bye.
Yeah.
And also, babysitters aren't always available. The drop-in care usually has a pretty set schedule.
I don't know, any more stuff on the babysitting?
No, I just think we're lucky. Kylie, thank you so much. And no, I will not give you her number.
Why not? I need a babysitter.
You're creepy.
What's wrong? I need a babysitter. Oli needs a babysitter.
Well, part
and
of
you
it...
said she's 23?
22,
so
23.
Sounds like she's
No.
like very...
Yeah.
She's responsible.
Yeah. Actually, it was really cool because she actually used to do competitive roller skating or something when she was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
So she actually took him, the last time we went out, she took him out to the ice rink in Folsom.
What the hell?
So I gave her money to get in for that, and so she took him around.
Oh,
and
she could ice skate fast?
Yeah, she can skate, on ice or on roller
That's
skates.
really fucking cool. Oli would love that.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that crap.
No.
I always have to have friend. I have a friend Graham that came and taught her how to ski because I can't ski. She can do stuff that me and Doug and we can't do.
Yeah.
So she if I have to get somebody that's really good.
Yeah.
Because then you're
Just the
you're
fact
getting
that she's
babysitting,
willing
but
to
you're
do
learning.
it.
Yeah, it's basically getting a personal freaking training on.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yep.
I suck at ice skating.
And make sure you give your babysitter something nice at Christmas time.
Oh, that's cool.
I
That's
mean,
smart.
I think, when you see all the guides about tipping and stuff,
Yeah.
they usually say, make it equivalent to one night's worth of whatever you would normally pay them.
Yeah. And you took her on that nice little weekend getaway.
Oh, stop it.
That was nice. Would you go to Bodega Bay? That was really nice.
You're trying to get me divorced and lose my sitter. You fucking prick.
I'm just trying to give people good ideas so that they can keep their sitters.
Yeah. I saw Garp. I'm not.
Oh my God, Garp. Oh, I saw Garp in the theater.
Oh, wow.
Probably wasn't a good
You were
thing
too
to
young
see.
to see Garp in
I
the
saw
theater.
so many movies that were... I saw Stripes in the theater.
You needed a better babysitter.
Well, it was either I'd get to go with Doug or Barb, who'd be like, "Oh, probably shouldn't have brought you," or it would be my mom who would have brought us and went. Stripes was like that, where she was like, "Oh no!" And same with Trading Places. She's like, I'm gonna take you to a movie. I'm like, "Yay, let's see Trading Places." Oh no! She's trying to cover my eyes. There's boobs right away, and they're like, "Oh
But that
no!"
was PG, wasn't it?
No, it had. If it was for back then, it had nudity right away. There's
Yeah.
a girl topless. My mom was like, "Oh my God!" She looked. I'm gonna be They're gonna have me arrested. This was horrible. Why didn't you tell me? It's why?
Why would you know?
Why would? Well, of course I'm gonna ask to see the
Yeah.
You let me pick the movie. God, we saw it's such a different time.
Mommy, I want to see Porky's.
And no one even cared. It's like you're with your you're with your mom. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. If your mom
Enjoy
thinks
it.
this is a good idea, let's do it.
Enjoy.
That brings us to our bad parent. This week's bad dad. Ironically, father accused of intoxicated driving while picking up daughter from daycare.
Oh.
So this was in Houston. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, actually, it was 2018. But man accused of driving while intoxicated was arrested while trying to pick up his daughter from daycare in Houston.
Dang.
32-year-old guy, reckless driving around 6 p.m. near the intersection. He struck a motorist and hit a curb while driving to a daycare.
Wow.
Spotted the vehicle in the parking lot of the daycare, but he wasn't there. He was inside the daycare picking up the kid. So the cops went into the daycare to get him. And the mom had to go pick him up. And cocktail was found in a styrofoam cup inside the vehicle. And he failed his field sobriety test. So Ariel Alexio Ailman, naughty. Don't pick up your kid drunk at a daycare.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that's something you want to avoid.
And don't hire Anthony Jeselnik as your babysitter.
Yeah.
Jesus
sometimes
Christ.
sometimes the bad dad is a downer at the end, and it like sucks the fun out of the thing, because then we go,
I know.
oh.
Well, I mainly put it in there to make us feel better about ourselves.
Oh, that's true. We're not doing so bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a fucking horrible dad. So
yeah,
this
we're
guy,
not horrible.
I
Yeah,
never did that.
That's right.
Let's see some of the other classics. I never threw my kid off of a wharf and said,
Yeah.
learn to swim.
Yep.
Shit, what are some of the other classics? I don't know. Anyway, email us, thestandupdads@gmail.com. Tell us what you guys do to have some people watch your kids. If you need artwork,
Go to pencilforhire.com. That's pencil, F-O-R, hire. I'm also Pencil for Hire on Instagram.
and check my side project, Gag on This Podcast. That's run by Big Nick. We record every Wednesday at 5:30 at Black Cup.
Oh, my God.
We record... We record every Wednesday at 5:30 at Blacktop Comedy Club in Rockland. And we interview local comics, have a great time doing it, and there's an open mic afterwards. And
if you go in the audience, they might call you up.
this is true. We do that all the
That's
time.
pretty cool. They've gotten some good stuff. There's been some good times
Yeah.
where I've seen where you guys have, you get up here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because people
cool.
talk shit from the audience. All right, come here.
Yeah.
And then they go,
Oh, no. I love it. Yeah.
Although we have some that are just aching to be up there, which
Yeah.
is fun to watch both ways. And Nick's
Yeah.
does a good job at incorporating them in. That's one of
Yeah.
the things I always was impressed by him.
Yeah.
And Nick got us a sponsor for that one, Bag of Dicks.
Yeah.
You can send a bag of dicks to whoever you want.
And that logo, like that popped up, he posted it, and I was like going through my feed. I'm like, wow, the big giant cartoon dick.
Yeah, well, I have a like a cup, like a tumbler or whatever.
You said that they said.
I have that. Nick gave that to me, and it's like a big blue anatomy. And my kid saw it. It's like, what's that? I'm like, oh shit. It looks like an octopus. I'm like, yeah, it's an octopus, buddy. And then I hit it.
And he's gonna take it to school. Show and tell. I
yeah.
brought my daddy's octopus.
Yeah. Great. But yeah, go find Gag on This on podcast on fuck me. Go find Gag on This Podcast on Twitter or Facebook and reach out to Nick, and you could Jesus fucking Christ. Reach out.
It's very late. It's past your bedtime.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So reach out to Nick on Gag on This on Twitter or Facebook, and you'll be entered to win a bag of dicks. And if you don't want to just win one, you just want to buy it, go to Gag on... Fuck me. Go to bagadicks.com, bagofdicks.com, and enter the code GAGONPODCAST and get 20% off your order. You can get a regular bag of dicks, you can get a singing bag of dicks, or the evil bag of dicks, where the evil bag of dicks is the singing bag of dicks, but it won't stop singing until the batteries die, which is like 6 to 12 hours.
I love that.
So yeah, I keep wanting to...
I think I'm going to send that to my mom. That'll piss her off. She'll be like, you sent me a bag of dicks. And then when it won't stop, I know.
I could just picture
I know
that.
my dad will be all
Michael? Why did you send that here, Michael?
But then he'll be the one that breaks that thing. Or he'll just be like, give me that.
Or he'll just throw it in the trash and let the trash
Well, if it's
sing.
keep playing it, no, he'll stop that thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
He'll be like, you think that's funny?
Yeah, we should send it.
God, he laughed so hard at the Hufflepuff sweater that I bought at Universal
Do you have to
Studios.
work in Harry Potter every fucking episode?
Yes, I do.
All right.
It's like all we live and breathe right now.
I know.
We ride the wave, whatever she's into, and I'm like, I like it. It's cool. It'll hit its end probably. It'll
and
be
you'll
sad.
be sad. You'll be
I'll
more
be
sad,
sad.
than her.
Yeah. And then it'll go on to something else. But this one I've actually enjoyed. There's been times like Frozen when it first came out, when she was like
Yeah, I remember that.
3 of God, that was like a year that that got old. Like at least I enjoy this one. I like Harry Potter, and it's going on about a year.
I'm just picturing you interviewing a babysitter. In book 3, who was Snape?
Yeah, maybe. I'll be like, so what house are you in?
Jesus
Because
Christ.
if you're Slytherin, no.
We will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
The thing I want to say is thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.